What is up, Sideways fam? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going over a few things. As you can see, my other Supras behind me right now. I'm going to be showing you all the things this year for 2022 that we're going to be trying to get accomplished. It's a big list. I don't know if we're going to be able to get everything done, but I'm going to do my best. We have so many projects last year that we either acquired or that we ended up, having blowing up or whatever the deal was and then needing to fix, or there's been projects that we've had over the years. So I'm going to go ahead and run you guys through my personal cars and, shop projects that I need to finish this year so I can figure out what I'm going to take into Supras in Vegas this year and just to get everything done, because it's just like every year we get so busy with clients and customers' cars, you never get to touch your cars as a shop owner. So let me go ahead and go through a few things. As you can see, the first car on the list today is going to be the Mark IV Supra. This is my 1997 anniversary edition silver Mark IV. I picked up this car last year. It was a Barnyard Fight Supra. There is a video online of me picking up this car. We did get it for an amazing price as of right now, so considering how high the market is. There's a lot of work that needs to get done. I'm going to go over what we're going to be doing and the parts that I've accumulated, and we're going to get on to the next car. So let's get it. Alrighty guys, so here is the beauty. We still need to get her running properly, but you can see there's a whole bunch of parts we've accumulated in here. We got a new MK4 steering wheel. We got all of the dash paneling to go ahead and fix all of this. I actually am in the process of finding a HVAC and making a custom conversion panel to convert a right-hand drive climate control to a left-hand drive car. So that's gonna be pretty cool. We got our cowl over here. I got my carbon hood on. I don't know if you guys had seen that from the last video, but I got my wiper cowl in here. I got a brand new side panel right here for the one that we're missing up in here right here. I got the bottom lower panel down there that we're missing. So pretty much interior wise, we're going to be 100% complete. If you guys didn't remember, this is my twin turbo 6-speed car. I do have two other Supras, but this one is my only true twin turbo 6-speed car that was a factory option. I went ahead and, I went ahead and got the carbon fiber top cover for it. And we're going to make some adjustments to this because, I did get a math. Thank you to my buddy Christian who let me borrow the factory master flow sensor to get everything running. Got a few other things we got to do. We're still going to be doing changing the injectors over or doing whatever maintenance we need to do to make sure everything's done. And then I need to get this base super freaking clean and figure out what we're going to do about painting this thing or how we're going to handle it or what we're going to do it. I probably will keep this car silver since it is a Quicksilver or whatever other version of silver car this is. I'm sure my buddy Zach will correct me about it, but pretty cool to have a 97 anniversary edition car. So I need to order new taillights. So I need to get a matching bumper. I wanted to kind of ask and see what everybody thought. Both my cars over here, and just to also go over this real quick as well, this is a full TRD original kit as well. I don't know why they molded it. That was kind of weird. Maybe they couldn't get the body lines right, but I don't really feel like going through and cracking it all down because the bodywork actually was done very well. But it's really cool because the wide body kit, you can actually see in here, it's all like done pretty well. I mean, the bodywork on the side is whatever, but the side skirts are like a real side skirt. The fender is like an actual TRD fender because the inside of the fenders have the tabs in here where you can actually feel the whole underside has a whole bracket in here. So I mean, really badass. And then you can even see the skirt. The skirts literally line up 100% perfect with the fender. The body lines aren't bad. I mean, I'm actually really happy about this. I would have liked the car to have been a hardtop because the Targas do kind of get annoying. But what's your guys' opinion about wings? I mean, so you got the TRD wing, which would kind of match the kit over here, but I'm a lot more fond of the OEM wing. I used to actually have this wing on this car, and this car used to be wingless because it was an NA car. I didn't do like that on the channel for either of these cars because I had these before I even started my channel. So, I mean, just one more thing to kind of go over and go through. I've got some rims as well that I went ahead and picked up for this. I mean, because obviously you can see the weak fucking fitment on this thing. I don't like all the way around. So that's kind of what it is, I guess, on that. So let's get over. I'll go ahead and show you guys my wheels right now. So before I get too crazy, I want to hop into these two. So I have these Blitz rims I've had forever too. I forgot these are 01s. They're not 03s. I think they're Blitz 01s that are going to be going on my Mark III Supra I'll be showing you right now. I've had for like the last freaking 2-3 years just sitting outside, rotting away. I have these HRE limited edition. They stopped being made a long time ago. 3-piece 19s that I've had forever that may be going on one of my Supras, not really sure. And then these are the rims I just picked up. I don't know if anybody knows too much about these, but yeah, they're a little beat up and they need to be rebrushed and refinished. But I got these 18-inch Man Ray Sports from my buddy Jack over at VR. And I got a really, really good deal on them. I always like them because it's like a work equip without kind of all the flash of work equip. I think it's going to be really hard to get this logo redone again, but maybe somebody can help me out with making this again. Or maybe somebody knows where I can get it. But that's what I'm planning on putting on it to give it that old school Fast and the Furious look, because it's a very, very old school rim. So let's get out to another one of my cars that I need to go ahead and completely redo this year as well. Besides having to paint the Mark IV and everything else too, we have my Mazda Rx-7. This is my FC 3S drift car I've had forever. The car used to be white. If you look on any of my social media, you could probably find it on there. Car used to be white with like orange like vinyl down the side of the car. I went ahead and painted the car. It's my first car I ever painted. It was really, really, really bad. I mean, I did like an army green. I painted the bay. We kind of got it all going, but I haven't driven the car in like probably 2-3 years. But this is a car we're going to be going ahead and handling this year as well. I'm planning on repainting the whole entire car, changing the rim setup up, because the rims, I mean, it was just something I had lying around, and it's got an Aria Mea wide body on it. So it's kind of one of those things where I needed to fill like a by 12-inch rim on the car regardless. So, I mean, I've been sorting my parts on it because this is kind of like my junk car right now. The car still runs and drives and everything. I'll kind of go over the build with you guys, but basically we're going to be getting all the interior cleaned out. I'm going to rhino line the whole floor. I'm going to paint the cage, get all the interior put all back together so it can be streetable. And then we'll go ahead and repaint the whole car, whatever color I choose of whatever we're going to do for it. Make it kind of crazy. And then do some more track time with it. Maybe if somebody wants to buy it, I'll have it up for sale, just in case if somebody wants to buy a car, it's already pre-done. But let me go ahead and flip the camera, show you guys a little bit more about it. And mind the mess, because once again, this car hasn't been driven in probably like 4 years. And it's been sitting here accumulating dust. So I gotta get it back up and running. You go and check the videos online. If you scroll back really far on my channel before I was really kind of getting really deep into YouTube, like from years and years and years ago, there's videos of me drifting this car, like tandeming 2-3 cars together at Grange Motor Circuit, which is Apple Valley Motor Speedway. Before it was Apple Valley Motor Speedway and owned by Megan Racing, it was owned by a guy named Jim Granger, and we were driving there way before anybody else was driving there and stuff, and we used to go there and throw our own private events and stuff. But maybe you guys will see some more of this year. We're planning on possibly going back to the track in February, but not sure if this will be the RX-7 that we're going to be taking. So let me go ahead and show you real quick when we get up to the next car. So once again, you guys don't roast me for the mess, but you know, you got the 1JZ GTE non-VVTi in here. This is a kit that I made like by hand to get in here way before. You're talking about, I probably did this swap like at least 8 years ago. I mean, I've ran it on stock computer, on stock fueling with the 550cc injector and a chip computer for the last probably, I'd say I got probably 5 years of drifting out of it, and it still is all together. So it's a TT car or turbo car. I have turbo brakes, 5-lug. As you can see, I have my low and hard drip Ritters or whatever these are in the rear. They're on like a R888, like a 375 or something like that in the rear. Just to have traction or whatever. I mean, I've never drifted on this rim in the rear because obviously the tire is way too grippy and I don't have the power for that. But they're like 18 by 12, negative, something crazy. You know, my whole phone would fit in the back of the rim. So I don't know what I'm going to do with these because obviously they don't really suit the car. I have some other rims at home. So, I mean, maybe I'll change that whole setup up and change the rim setup and everything too. Got the old Star Wars, you know, like calligraphy on there, squadron leader, you know, pretty funny. Our old logos on the back here too, with the whole rising sun with the sideways. We used to have a shirt like that, you know, it's got the Sirius Performance vinyl on it. We got all the other old, you know, sponsor kind of things in there, but basically it's just a hydro e-brake. Hold on, hydro e-brake and a short shifter, and you know, got a Nardi steering wheel in it with some door panels. Got a Recaro SPG seat in it. Got my cage that we went ahead and put. This is an auto power cage. It's got a little crossbar across the back. We probably need to put a harness bar in it. And I'll probably add some door bars, you know, back into here or whatever. But I've been throwing ECUs and harnesses and all kinds of, you know, igniter chips and all kinds of other crap in the back. But this thing's pretty just kind of straightforward. I got the S5 tail lights on it, the ones everybody likes. You know what I mean? You got the whole B-end body kit on it. So I mean, she's cool for what she is. I mean, it's just the bare minimum, welded diff from coilovers and an angle kit. That, because back in the day, I don't know how much everyone's been following me, but back in the day, I used to have my own angle kit company, and we used to do nothing for like almost a year, but just throw drift events and sell angle kits for all the cars, from Mazda Miatas to RX-7s, FCs, FDs, S13s, S14s, GSs, IS300s, like SC300s, Mark III Supras. I've made kits for pretty much every car, where the old school JDM style, where you go ahead and you start modifying knuckles and making custom tie rods or linkages and stuff to make everything work. And we had a really, really good run of that stuff. It's just we got so busy with work now, I don't really have time to do it, except for customers that are paying me to do the whole overall car. So let's go ahead and jump into another one of my cars. Unfortunately, this car is on my lift, so you won't be able to see too much of it. But if you look at my other videos, you'll be able to see it as well. This is my Mark II, so like a Supra, or Mark II Supra, whatever you want to call it. I have my Racing Heart rims that are 4 and 5 lug, super rare. They're 17s. I forgot the specs. It's like 17 by 10 and 17 by 11 or something like that, or whatever. But I mean, the fitment's really good. I got the whole, back. This is going to be kind of hard to show you guys this car, so sorry. I don't have time this morning. I'm kind of shooting the video before everybody gets here. But she's a beauty. I did a custom paint job. This whole entire video also is up online. I bought this car like probably 3 years ago in the boonies in the desert of high desert in California. And I mean, I tore the whole thing down, and we just kind of like went to town on everything. And I had to order parts from out of country and out of state and out of everything to get it done. But this car has a 1J VVTi in it on AEM V2, and it's got some really cool stuff to it too. Let me see if I can get a quick little shot of it for you guys. So kind of hard to see, but I always liked the vinyl on this thing because I kind of kept it true to this like a Supra kind of thing. You see the last of a dying breed, save the dragons kind of thing, I know everyone's gonna get a kick out of that. They're all the homies. Save the dragons, bro. Save the dragons. I had to get all the moldings and everything. It was a pain in the ass, you know what I mean? And I did this crazy custom paint job where I did like a black cherry pearl that changes to like this reddish black in the sun or brown. And it was like so custom. And then I fucked up painting it, and I had to like go back and fix these panels that were all messed up and everything. But the car was like never straight to really begin with. So for a car like that, I mean, I got an Advan carbon hood on it, a bunch of other cool stuff. I'll try to get into later. If you want to check as well, I'll try to see if I can find the video as of recently where we have the car kind of like showcased, and you guys can kind of see it on there, or just watch the channel, you guys. I'm sure you guys will find it. As far as the first gen Aristo, this car is good. I don't need to do anything with this car, so we won't get into this car at all. We will see as well. I mean, this car's been all over my channel. I'm sure you guys have seen it. So the SC300, this is my, I built this car for my dad. I have a customer who is in the process of buying the vehicle. We'll have to see how he ends up doing, like more like mid-year. If he's not close or he isn't serious about it, this car may be up for sale. It's definitely one of a kind, but for now, instead of having to go ahead and get too deep in that, it's just 1JZ non-VVTi swapped SC300. It's got full Mark IV Supra interior, and it's all like, it's pretty cool. It'll be something that may end up going. It's got TT brakes, it's got coilovers, everything works in the car, AC gauges, everything. So, maybe everybody don't bombard me with messages about it, because the car may be up for sale later, but for now, it's already been promised to a homie. Want to kind of light the fire under his ass, if you feel me. Alrighty guys, so we have another one of my cars right here. This is my second gen GS. There was a few videos about this one. It's black on black. This is 2004. You can see that because the tail lights are a little bit different on the newer models. Basically, the car is bone stock right now. I got some coilovers sponsored to me by one of my vendors, but it has a 2JZ GTE VVTi swap in it. It's automatic, because I know everybody wanted to know about the automatic thing. And she's got a big old John Deere Borg Warner on here. And, we still haven't made her super pretty. We still haven't really washed the bay or done anything, because we're focusing right now on getting everything running perfectly. We were having a fuel pressure problem with this car. I don't know what the issue is, but we're going to be putting a regulator on it. And then once I get that situated, I do have some standalone stuff coming for this thing, and some other stuff just to kind of get everybody a little bit deeper into how you could do this stuff for a budget and realistically cheap. I know I kind of destroyed that whole cheap and budget thing when I went ahead and went with the whole 2JZ GTE thing option versus, versus a 2JZ GE NAT setup. I mean, that would have been nice because everybody wants that. And the channel seems to be booming about NAT stuff for IS300s and GS300s, but I'm a diehard JDM guy and I got a super good deal on an engine. So we're gonna go ahead and move forward to the other car. All right, so we're outside right now. So let's go ahead and get into a couple of the other things. So I have my C5 Corvette that's back here. This is my Z06. There is a huge video of Drew Peacock racing my car against his McLaren, and basically me quote unquote calling him out and everything. Well, anyways, what ended up happening is car ended up getting used, and I don't know what the deal was, but it ended up letting loose. There's the next car on the list and the next car on the list back here too. But anyways, C5 Z06, it's a 50th anniversary. It's had everything you could possibly think done to it. Car made 650 on pump gas, Pro Charger, CNC ported heads, big cam. It was just tuned on HP tuner, which I think was a lot of the problem, is there was no monitoring to know what the hell was going on, and that's why it ended up blowing up. But yeah, too bad, so sad. Car is blown up. There's a big ass hole in the block. I can't really blame it on anybody except for the fact that I was the one driving the car. I was driving it normally and just let loose on me. Probably it's time to go. So we're gonna go ahead and hopefully this year, because I'm not an LS mechanic and I'm not a huge person that wants to promote doing nothing but LS stuff, because I know I'm gonna get bombarded with customers like that, and I want to keep it true to the JDM roots of where we are. But we're gonna end up having to tear this whole car down. It's gonna be a huge process and a huge video of us having to kind of get this thing all together. I may end up going with some crazy, you know, carbon fiber accents and changing the whole entire setup up if everything else gets done. The first things that are gonna get done for the year are gonna be the other cars inside that aren't the Z06. The car's already gonna have to get repainted because it's been outside, and a bunch of other shit. That really, really sucks. I hate having an expensive car that's been pretty much just destroyed and kept outside, but we're so busy, I don't have time for it. So let me go ahead and get into the other couple cars real quick, and we're gonna be closing out the video. Quick little shot of this thing because she's a beauty. So getting on to my Mark III Supra. So this car is freaking immaculate. Yes, the bumper's falling off. Yes, it's missing some mirrors. But if you come inside and look at my interior and look at my stuff, look at the freaking interior in this thing, you guys. Oh my God. She is just a freaking beauty. You know what I mean? So I have front and rear seats because there was some stuff going on with the leather in here, you know, and I don't really want to deal with showing my car off like this or whatever. So that's gonna have to go. But the interior is spot on this thing. The body has no dents, no nothing. This is my 92 Mark III Supra. It's the all white edition. As you can see, it's a turtle model. So I got the RM54 in it with the 7M GTE, and the 7M GTE is all together. That will be probably going up for sale and up online to get rid of and everything. But I mean, this is a whole other project. I'm not a big fan of white cars, so I won't be keeping the car white. I know it's going to require a huge color changeover and a whole bunch of other stuff. I mean, like, I'm more fond of black Supras, and I think it'd be really, really cool. If I painted it black, I'd probably never sell it, and I'd probably drive it a lot too. So, I mean, maybe black. I may go ahead and paint the bay. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do. I know that I gotta paint the inside of the trunk and probably everything too to make it like really sell the whole black. Red, I'm very fond of too. Those are pretty much my two favorite colors, is black and red, and any other color I'm kind of whatever about. But that's another project. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be doing a big, you know, big bad boy NAT setup, or I'm gonna end up doing like a 1.5 JZ setup, since we do a lot of 1.5s. But the plan is that may be the car I go ham with, and make that one like my crazy freeway drag car over one of my Supras. Because I mean, honestly, not to kind of piss everybody off, but I'd rather crash the Mark III Supra and then go buy another one for not some crazy amount of money than crash any of my Mark IVs and then not have it be worth literally anything. So I'm not sure about that, but that's another project that we're planning on doing this year. Obviously getting the rest of the shop picked up, but we can't pick everything else up unless if everything is, you know, like we have some space and stuff. So we have two more cars. Let me go ahead and get over here real quick. Get blinded by God out here. So if you guys didn't see recently, I just picked up this RX-7 as well. This is a older model, like an 88 auto NA car that I picked up. And this car, we're going to be doing a 1UZ with a 5-speed swap in and making it just welded diff coilovers. We'll figure out what we're going to end up doing about rims. We'll figure out what we're going to end up doing about just overall how it's gonna look when we're done. If we're gonna make it crazy, we're gonna kit it, we're gonna anything, or we're just gonna leave it like a drift beater. And then, you know, after we do a few events on it too, the car will go up. So maybe if anyone's interested in buying a super hooked up priced vehicle that's gonna be able to go out there and kill it, we'll probably get all that done. I have a homie that has an SC400 that's a complete car that he's planning on selling. That'll be another video later in the next month or two or whatever, or maybe even sooner depending on how much stuff we get done. But that is gonna happen. I cannot wait. I would love to go ahead and drive that car around straight pipe V8 and just kind of show off the whole JDM V8 thing and show people how you can, like, literally, if you're just trying to go drifting, instead of spending all this crazy money, you can literally just get like an LS400 or an SC400 and just 5-speed conversion the car. And now that we're kind of sponsored by Collins, it shouldn't really be a big deal, you know what I mean, to go ahead and get that done. So let me go ahead and show you the one and final last car that we're gonna go ahead and kind of go over of what's gonna be getting done with, and we'll be getting out of here. All right, guys, so a lot of you guys know about this. This is my Mazda Rx-7, my FD. It's back here as well. It's basically just a shell. There's nothing in the bay, and the interior is basically just a dashboard. So there's not really much to show on this car. Let me see if I can get back there real quick and show you guys. But yeah, anyways, as you guys can see, there's not really much to this thing. It's all pretty much gutted and destroyed, but I mean, it's a whole nother car that I'm gonna have to kind of get through and get handled because, or sell or whatever the deal is. I don't wanna get too into this because I don't wanna spoil it for you guys. But Squire picked up an FD a while ago. There's gonna be a video going up on this thing of me just being so fucking pissed about this car showing up and being in the condition that it is. But I think what's gonna be happening with this one, since this one is a lot more complete, but it was converted to a right-hand drive car when it was a US left-hand drive car, and he was trying to get me to convert it back with this firewall conversion shit to put it all back to stock. I said, you're fucking crazy. This thing is way too far gone to be converted. Not to mention, where the hell are you gonna find a rack and pinion and a cross member for this car to convert it back to left-hand drive? But I'm not gonna get too far into that. So this car isn't my car, but I am just showing it to you because what may end up happening is I'll probably end up selling him my FD to go ahead and get his FD done, and then maybe we'll like trade for the right hand, or I don't really know exactly what we're going to be doing. I just know that it's got to get done. So we're going to go ahead and get to work right now, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I got a lot of projects, obviously, that have to get just get done and get the hell out of here. I mean, there are some other things that I want to build after these are done, and I can't do that until these cars are finished. So if anybody knows anybody that's out of state or anything that's even interested in buying a super dope, well-built car that was built by me, and it was my personal car, maybe when they're done, if you guys keep an eye on the build, you guys will have the opportunity to buy one of our cars. So let me know. You can message me through Instagram. You can message me through YouTube. I would rather Instagram if you're going to be asking about buying stuff than YouTube. But stay up with the next videos, guys. Until next time, guys. Peace.